Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Gish on a GTA 5 and an AI Huntley that knows just the right way to deal with a truck. That's a hell of an impressive takedown, actually. They initially turn away from the truck, but cleverly ping off of the tornado to launch their SUV directly. I don't think quite, but still a good roll on the truck. Hyperhelium up next with an Osiris also going for a spectacular roll. This one trying to weave through traffic, just loses the back end. Clipped is a fairly small clip on the sort of concrete curbing around the train line. Manages to go for a massive flip off of that and gets away with it. Invisible AK with perhaps one of the most impressive aerial overtakes I have ever seen. So this was during a stream race, so we're driving the Jugular around here. Now they're coming up towards a very, very fast chicane this, and there is nasty curbing on the inside that launches cars. You see Ewan go for a roll over there. The grey car hits the curb, flies perfectly straight, lands it. I think that's about 5 cars overtaken in the air. LM Kursk on Project Cars 2, having changed the setup of the vehicle to something wrong. I'm going to go something wrong here. It's plenty of flying, just not quite as successful with the Audi that's very, very unhappy. That's definitely not how you want your car to behave, full stop. And now we stay on Project Cars 2. Vehicles rolling over, not all that uncommon, certainly open wheels, not all that uncommon falling over. An AI car falling over, though, completely on its own is rather unusual. Yep, that's an AI vehicle managing to do a Will It Roll episode, trying to overtake another AI car, I presume. Well done. Welsh Toast on R-Factor is also got a open-wheeled car that manages to go for a big old roll. This one a little bit more spectacular for the Formula 1 car. Yeah, that's quite a big roll on the outside. It's not really the way you expect. I presume a combination of car and track mods go together and there'd be a weird bit here. But yeah, it turns out if you run sort of the wrong way over here, it kind of, I think the back sort of fell through the curb almost, and then we spin around in the air before coming, well, not really back down, well, come back down, upside down, looking at a Caterham. It didn't really go particularly well, although for a Dilly Bar things went even worse. This on Wreckfest, one of the new circuits. You know, things being suitably chaotic as you would expect. Now, the little Killer Bee gets things wrong over kind of a jump, and it starts rolling. It just doesn't stop. It's being pushed along by just about everything. Still flipping, still we're going to go for some more rolls. It almost looks like it's landed onto its wheels, and then there's a few more rolls in it for good luck. Still going, eventually stopped by a concrete barrier. That might be one of the longest distance covered with roll. That's a long way it went, being rolled and pushed down the circuit. They're not the only one. Bagel also on Wreckfest with some more unhappy vehicles. Unhappy vehicles in this one. This time the Mud Digger gets a hit from the side going into turn 1, and that's a lot of rolls for this vehicle. Still gets pushed along by another one. Does come to a rest on its wheels, slightly quicker than the Killer Bee. Turns out on Wreckfest things can go quite wrong, as Jacob would also find out. Currently set up in second place, trying to chase down the leader. Slightly made a mess of the corner, but that's fine, still got plenty of time. However, there is a Portaloo in the race. That crashes into the leader, ends up under the wheels of the muscle car, and, well, that means muscle car goes upwards. Not quite sure how they decided it would work, but, yes, beaten by a Portaloo. Mike gets beaten, well, by a bus on Wreckfest. So again, same circuit, Bonebreaker Valley gives a push to the camper van, spots a bus, thinks, you know what, let's go for a takeout in the very strong limo. Pushes the bus against the wall, and the bus is having none of it. The limo loses that fight. Now, I think this is the way we're seeing with a few of these Wreckfest clips now, is basically the game's trying to compress cars, they won't compress, so it ends up pinging something. In this case, the bus is compressed against the wall, can't go, so it just pings the limo backwards. The limo then has a massive takeout. I'm not quite sure what hit it, but it was a good hit for the limo to spiral out of control. Also, good hit on the combine as well for the war wagon. Clover up next on Ravenfield is, they're minding their own business, fighting away. Now, notice the quad bikes, yes, because the quad bikes are not being very clever. The tank's been exploded by a grenade launcher, but the quads apparently can't path their way around said tank wreck. There's 2 blue team, 1 red team stuck in this one, and the other there's another red team not really paying attention, not really the cleverest AI moments going on here. But don't worry, the best is yet to come, because you see the tank will eventually despawn. So the quad bikes the other side are released and proceed to make the quad bike train. And there's another one just rolling along with nobody on it. Quad bikes are weird, apparently, here. Just weird things are going on. And finally, we have, well, kind of a collection of clips from a Friday the 13th game. So, survivors have got a car working. Survivors have got a car working, and they're trying to get out. Now, they're trying to distract the killer in the distance there so they can drive out without the killer being able to immediately stop the car. Fairly good tactic. The problem is they can't get in the car quite in time. The killer's got up. If you drive straight into the killer, your car gets stopped. So they're trying to figure out a way around, you know, without breaking the car. The killer throws a knife at the car. And then things go weird. When I say weird, they go really weird, because yes, that is the car in the tree. A car got throwing knifed into a tree. Look at it. That's one hell of a knife. That is one hell of a knife to be able to do that. I mean, the speed at which the car got up into the tree is very, very impressive indeed. As this is from on board in the passenger seat of the car here. The killer doesn't quite slightly mistimes it, kind of misses the car, but as soon as the knife goes in, oh, that's it. The car spins around and is parked. To be honest, I'd just stay in the car. Jason can't get you up there. I actually don't even think the killer could, if they wanted to, pull you out of the car with you stuck that high up. So, I think it was you actually with that final shot. Perfectly safe up there. Perfectly safe. Cars are brilliant. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace clip submission section that's at the very top of the page, and you can find the rules and how to submit them in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.